With an incredible 2000 nits of peak brightness, a stunning 4K Ultra HD display, Google TV built in and an IP55 waterproofing, the 55-inch Google Outdoor TV 2024 Pool Pro 2 from Sylvox is a great addition for any garden, so hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So full disclosure before we get started though, the video is sponsored by Sylvox and they've sent me the 2024 Pool Pro 2 to showcase to you guys. So here we have the 2024 Pool Pro 2 series from Sylvox. It's an outdoor TV to let you enjoy your garden and enjoy the content on your TV at the same time. Now the problem with a normal TV is that it's not bright enough to be out in the sun, and of course it's also not going to be weatherproof, and that's where the 2024 Pool Pro 2 comes in. So as I said, this TV from Sylvox has an impressive 2000 nits of peak brightness, and this is about 6 to 7 times brighter than the average TV, and it means it's perfectly suitable when you're out in the sunlight, and as you can see here, it's just a perfect picture when out in the garden. Now I'm actually a big fan of Sylvox TVs and I've been using one of their older models for the past 2 years, and it's just made things so much better when I'm out in the garden. We've had evening meals out in the garden watching TV. If you're doing some garden work or you're having a garden party, then you can put some music on the TV. And thanks to the high brightness, even if you're a gamer, you can still enjoy gaming while out in the garden. And not that you'd want to be out there in the rain, but it doesn't matter even if it does rain, as the TV is weatherproofed, and as you can see, I can even clean it with a hose. Now setting up the TV is really easy, and while I did it alone, I would recommend having 2 people, as it just makes the lifting much easier, but I'm in the UK, so I had to take advantage of a rare sunny day and install it myself. But if we unbox the bracket first, you can see we get a bag containing all of the screws and plugs that we need. We then get the frames to mount to the TV, and then finally we've got the bracket itself, which you can see extends, tilts and swivels. You then just drill the necessary holes into the wall and insert the provided plugs. You can then use the provided fixings to attach the wall bracket to the wall, and then you can just place this plastic cover back on to cover up the screws. Now it's time to unbox the TV, and first up we've got the remote control, followed by the manual and the warranty documentation, and then we get the power plug. Now because I was on my own, I decided to flip the box upside down so I can lift up the box easily and access the TV, and you can see it comes in a plastic wrap, and then we've also got a cardboard protection in front of the screen, and this was really useful as I could lie it down on the grass face down, and this gives me easy access to the back to install the bracket. Now once you've got it on the floor, you can attach the mounting bracket to the back of the TV, which only requires a few screws. Then I advise that you remove the back panel that protects all the ports while you've still got the TV on the floor. Now finally, I can lift it up and place it onto the wall bracket, and then once it's in place, there's just 2 securing screws, so I got my spirit level to make sure it's straight and tighten them up. Now I actually also have the Sylvox soundbar from my previous install, so I've decided to use that again. So I just mount this onto the bottom of the TV, and again, this soundbar has actually been outside in the rain in the English weather for 2 years now, and you can see it's still in great condition. Finally, I turned the TV on to check everything was working before reattaching the weatherproof back panel for the ports. So as well as being bright, it's a 4K Ultra HD display with a resolution of 3840 by 2160, and as you can see, it just looks stunning whether you're watching TV, movies, gaming, or even just playing some music. We've also got a 178-degree viewing angle. Now the picture is bright, vibrant and sharp, and we also have nice deep blacks even when we're out in the sunlight. And of course, being outside, it also needs some protection, and we have this metal frame construction which is corrosion and scratch resistant, and it offers an IP55 rating, which means it can handle water jets from any direction, and it's 99% dust proof. Now for those concerned about durability over time, here's my old Sylvox TV, which has been out in the garden for 2 years now without a cover on it at all, and in the UK we get a lot of rain and bad weather, but you can see here that it still looks great. Now another highlight of the TV is that it's got Google TV built in, and this means it's really easy to access your favorite streaming apps or services, and of course you can cast anything to the TV. Now I'm sure most of you have used Google TV by now, but on first setup you can either set up on your phone or set it up on the TV with the remote, and after you give it access to Wi-Fi and log into your Google account, you can see we're then greeted with the For You page, and this has top picks, your installed applications, channels, movies, TV shows and more. Now I really like how fast and responsive the UI is, and you can see I can go between sections and menus, and it just continues to be fast and snappy with no lag or stutter. Now on Google TV, we've also got a separate section for movies that gives you loads of suggestions of movies to stream, and then we've got the same for TV shows as well. Then under apps, we've got a load of suggestions for apps you can install, or you can also go ahead and search for apps on the App Store. And of course, for those of you a bit more technically minded, you can also sideload apps to the TV if there's an APK you want to install, but it isn't on the store. Under library, it just shows you your purchases, your rentals, and your watch listed content. Now, as well as Google TV, you can of course tune into normal television, and it supports analog, digital, cable, and satellite, but currently I don't have an aerial plugged into it. Now, if we go ahead and put some 4K content on, you can see we've got some different picture modes to choose from, and there's actually a different set for HDR content and non-HDR. For HDR content, you've got HDR Standard, HDR Dynamic, HDR Movie, HDR Gentle, HDR Vivid, HDR Sport, HDR Game, and then HDR Personal. Now, if you choose HDR Personal, you can also customize it to the exact liking, and you set the sharpness, brightness, saturation, hue, contrast, and gamma. Now, under advanced settings, you can also set the color temperature, you can enable or disable the dynamic contrast, and you can also adjust the noise reduction and more. And then we can also set the screen's overall brightness. Now, for non-HDR content, you get the choice of Standard, Dynamic, Movie, Eco, Gentle, Vivid, Sport, Game, and Personal. And again, Personal has all the settings you can customize. Now, you've also got different sound modes to choose from as well, and you can choose Standard, Cinema, Music, News, or Personal. And of course, in Personal, you can manually change these settings, and we also get Dolby Atmos support as well. So we're just going to take a look at the sound samples now, and we'll do it both with and without the soundbar for those of you that may be considering a soundbar to go with it.
And he took it all from me. I want them back. I want them back.
But as you can see, whatever content we put on the TV, whether it's 4K, 1080p, movies, TV shows, or a bit of gaming, it just delivers an incredible picture. Now, the 2000 nits of peak brightness makes it really nice and visible even when we've got sunlight directly shining at the screen. And for gamers, the display makes for a great experience outdoors, and it's just great fun to game in the garden. Now, when it comes to connections, we've got an Ethernet port, an optical out, we've got the antenna connections, we've got 3 HDMI ports, one of which is for ARC. We've then got 2 USB ports, a common interface plus slot, and a 3.5mm headphone input, and then of course we've got the power input on the far right. Thanks to Google TV built in, you can also easily cast things from your phone or laptop, and this is also a great feature if I need to do some work out in the garden and I can use the laptop as well as having the TV as a second display. And when it comes to the rest of the customizable settings, you can see we can enable a screensaver, you can choose between the different inputs, change picture modes or sound modes, as well as Wi-Fi accessibility options and Bluetooth to connect any of your Bluetooth accessories. And then if we press the cog in the top right corner, it takes us to the Android settings, which is just all of the usual Android settings. And then if I head over into storage, you can see we've got 11 gigabytes of available storage, so that's plenty to install all of your favorite apps for content. Now, the remote control is pretty much what you'd expect, and it's got all of the numbers, navigation buttons. We've even got a voice search button where you can just press it and speak to the remote to use the Google Assistant, or just type something in with voice instead of pressing all the buttons. TT Technology on YouTube. We've also got some shortcuts for Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, and Prime Video. Another thing I like about the setup is wherever you are in the garden, you can quickly adjust the TV to suit thanks to the brackets extend and swivel, and you can see it's really easy to pull out and move to the desired position, and it still remains really secure and stable. But as you can see, it's just an incredible TV that really is perfect for outdoor use, and ever since installing an outdoor TV, it's made us use the garden a lot more than usual. In the times before where we might relax inside and watch TV, if it's a nice day, we can go outside and chill and watch some content in the garden instead. Now, of course, I've placed a link down in the description below for the 55-inch TV, and it's currently £2,999, but there's also smaller and larger models available, and you can also pick from wall mounts, ceiling mounts, and even motorized mounts as well. And we've also got the waterproof soundbar that you can choose to buy with or without, but personally, I do highly recommend the soundbar as it delivers a much better audio experience. Now, hopefully I've covered everything for you guys in today's video, but if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all, then just ask them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech.